Oh, you poured one shot for yourself? Oh, okay.
No, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think you got to rush to finish it.
Huh? All right, let's go. I just want to.
Salud.
She's like, good, salud, good. Hello. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Mike Rashid.
You got party tour body?
This is the Lions, Owls, and Elephants podcast. Y'all probably wondering what that means, huh?
No clue.
It means nothing. We like lions, owls, and elephants. But anyway, very special guest today. The man to my right is a good friend of mine. He's an entrepreneur. He's a boss. His name is Joey Fazio. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing very well.
And I'm going to let you introduce the beautiful woman to your right because she's very special to you.
Absolutely. This is Veronica Perasso, also my partner. And Veronica and I met 5 years ago in Miami. And it's been an interesting journey. And in the last year, we've taken our personal relationship into business.
Okay.
Sometimes they'll tell you it's not a good idea.
What does that mean?
Well, we always kept our business lives separate, but we decided to join.
So y'all
forces.
did things business-wise, not dealing with each other?
Correct.
So whatever you were doing had nothing to do with him and vice versa?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so why'd y'all decide to bring it together?
I think the pandemic hit everybody differently, and with my brick and mortar businesses being forced to close, even just temporarily, I decided to focus on all my digital stuff. And Veronica had already begun making a name for herself on social media and digitally, and it just makes sense, right? I mean, marketing, management, that's what I've been doing for 20 years. So then you got Veronica, who's now in that field and became pretty prominent quickly as an influencer. So we decided to work together on her career. And
Right. Yeah. No doubt. And what is it that you do, Veronica?
I was doing OnlyFans.
Okay.
Started doing OnlyFans and
Pull the mic a little closer.
monetizing my social media, what I already had.
Right,
Yeah.
right. How long have you been doing that, monetizing your social?
About 2 years, a year
2?
and a half.
Oh,
Yeah.
not even a full 2 years.
Yeah.
And what were you doing prior to that?
I was just doing a lot of music videos or trying to be involved in that kind of stuff.
Just like model work.
Yeah, model work. Growing my social media, that was my first thing
Right.
to do, and it got to a point that I was needing to make more money, so I started doing OnlyFans.
Right.
Yeah.
Sean, there's a lot of stigma associated with OnlyFans. Like, what was your perception early on about that whole genre?
Well, I think, you know what it is? I've actually, in preparation for this, I started meditating on what do I think about it and what do I know about it. And I think it's just like almost every other industry or type of content delivery. You're going to have people who do it right and people who do it wrong. And you're going to have people who are successful and people who are just trying to get in on what they believe is a money play, right? Absolutely. There's the cream of the crop in everything. In supplements, I think we're getting there, right? We're trying to be the cream of the crop.
We're in that, yeah.
And we're working really hard on it and we're very passionate about it. I think the people who kind of have an OnlyFans situation like that, and it's not just having the account, it's all the things that go into driving the traffic to it. It's just like any other business.
It's just a business.
It's a business.
It's an industry. I look at it like, damn, wish I would have got into it, in some capacity. And it's funny because Joey was hitting me up like, yo, bro, let's do this. But at that time, it was a lot of transitions going with Ambrosia, and it was like just juggling so much. Yeah. I couldn't think about nothing, you know what I mean? And I didn't really understand it from a business perspective from me at the time, but I was swamped, you know what I'm saying? So, and this was this was about 2 years ago, right?
Yeah,
we're talking about
before even Veronica and I started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was, because I didn't have an assistant. I was just swamped and getting readjusted to California from Arizona. So, but nah, I'm happy. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for your situation, and it's a whole nother horizon that looks very promising, you know. And I know that there's you know, I was looking up some of the top people on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And shit, the money that they're making is crazy.
Yeah.
So like, all right, so let's take YouTube, right? Now, I'm in a small group of YouTubers that has over 1 million subscribers.
Yeah.
But I'm at the bottom of that. Like the big YouTubers are big, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking about they're making millions of dollars a month, right? So, but it was a lot of work to get to that point for every YouTuber. YouTube is a very hard place to gain traction. OnlyFans has been around for that much time, and there's people already making that kind of money.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Is that something y'all comfortable talking about?
You know, I can field a little bit of that.
Because you manage a lot of girls, right?
Yeah. So Veronica and I, we really came up with the Fozzie Girls company concept together. I experimented with a few girls early, Veronica being one of them. And when you have girls like Veronica who treat this as a real job and
a
real
business.
business opportunity, it's a lot easier to grow quickly and stay consistent and steady. And she's a 0.01%, which means she's in the top of the food chain. There's no higher you can go on that platform. And I've had a bunch of 0.01%, but I think it starts foundationally with creating a brand, which she is. The Veronica Perasso brand, that's real. You know, a lot of these girls have names you can't remember. They don't have the same name on all the platforms, so it's hard to find them.
Right.
They're not allocating a percentage of their revenue back towards marketing.
Right.
They're not cross-collaborating between industries and influencers, and you know, so I think that's what I set out to do, was streamline and systematize the OnlyFans management game,
right,
in a way that I hadn't seen anyone else doing. And now there's a bunch of agencies, but you know, I couldn't have done it without her though. I mean, she was actively doing it.
I was having a conversation with one of my boys this morning. He was talking about like this. He's a barber, and he said he had to fire a preacher the other day, right? Because they smoke weed at the shop, talk shit, playing music videos, and he said a guy comes in and he's very judgmental about everything. I'm like, loosen the fuck up, bro. Like, just because you're a man of the cloth don't mean you can't enjoy some marijuana.
Right.
That's in the Bible, right? Not specific, but there's a lot of drug references in it. But that's not what I'm talking about. It's about people being super uptight with certain things.
Yeah.
And in this country, sexuality is one of them, right? Men, this is interesting. And this comes back from like Europe, like after the Dark Ages and the rise of like Catholicism and Christianity. This is weird. Like I was reading this shit, is wow. Like if you look at like say in Britain and the royal families, these people would take a bath like once or twice in their life.
Oh, wow.
Right? Because bathing was like public, right? And bathing, you have to be nude to bathe. Nudity implies some kind of sexuality, and that was so taboo, you know? And sexuality and sex has been so demonized for centuries, right? And it's always like, I don't know. I mean, even when you come to this country, you can get into heavy topics like abortion or something like that. And it's like it's men who have a problem with what women do with their body. It's so fucking weird when sex is a normal part of life. It's the most consistent thing amongst all animals on this fucking planet. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be weird, you know, and it shouldn't be. I had a friend one time who was in the adult, and she did porn. This is pre. I know a few girls in the porn industry, and they're dope people, and they're fucking making bank. Yeah. And good people. That's first and foremost. But one of my clients, when I was a trainer, was talking shit about one of the girls because she was in there. I'm like, yo, what's it to you? You don't have sex? You've told me about multiple guys that you've loaned money to and all of this shit. They're doing the same thing but making money. Yeah. No emotional attachment, no whatever. So what's the sex is sex? You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad that it's popping the way that it is. Yeah. And I have to be honest, I've never seen anyone's OnlyFans account I see so many girls that I know popping up with accounts now,
Right.
and I be wanting to. I be like, what would you do? So I be wanting to like sign up, but I just can't. I don't have time for all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like super busy. It's not that important to me, but I don't even know what's behind the paywall. You know what I'm saying? So, is there certain levels to what you can make on what you're willing to show? Like, is there levels to it?
You know, I'll have to. You said a couple things. I think we should address.
Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. Young T, can you please hit the AC like once or twice? I'm melting. Are you hot, bro? Nah.
It's,
Are you?
I'm good.
It's getting there.
I'm okay.
I think.
But it's
Is
okay.
the
We can
drink-
move it. Yeah, let's turn it down.
I got you covered. Can you bring that mic
a little closer.
to you now?
All right.
Here.
Like,
Yo.
close as possible at all times.
Okay.
Yeah. So the question was, is there levels to it? Do you have to go on 10 to make good money? But what is 10? I don't even know. I'm coming at
Yeah.
this from an ignorant perspective. I don't know.
So one thing I'll say about Veronica, she is able to hit that top 0.01% without having to do some of the things that other girls are doing.
And what are they doing?
You can find anything on OnlyFans, every scale, everything you can imagine within porn. You can find gangbangs, anything you want, you can find.
Do those kind of creators make a lot of money?
So they do, and they can, but I find it that once you've fulfilled the fantasy for the fan, then they're on to the next one, right? Because the only thing that can keep you that interested is something new, right? So
You don't think that these people feel like they have a connection with Veronica and all?
So that's one thing. You know, Veronica actually cares, and she's constantly on her stories and social media. She's actually commenting. When people see a comment from her on the Instagram post, it's actually her. You know, on OnlyFans, you can pay to chat. So you can send a message and somebody will respond. There was a point in Veronica and I's relationship, especially in the beginning, where she was spending 12 hours a day just answering messages. Her whole day.
You getting
really.
jealous?
Yeah. See, and that's the thing, man. It's pushed us,
Yeah,
you know.
you
Yeah.
get jealous.
You know, I think that's where more of maybe the jealousy, if I would use that word, came from, was the lack of attention from my partner, not jealousy in the sense that I was jealous of another man, jealous of another man seeing her, jealous of another man talking to her. I'm not a jealous person by nature.
Right.
If I know something's mine, it's mine, you know. And I look at it like, they can look at her, talk to her, but I'm the only one she's sleeping next to at night, right? I'm the only person that gets to touch her.
Right.
So
For the record, you don't have a problem with a man seeing your woman
I don't.
naked or...
You know, obviously, I did. I think I've had to overcome a lot personally within myself. This relationship has pushed me to become a more confident person. I think it's also made us closer because you have two options in a relationship. It's not just about whether your girl's on OnlyFans or not, but you have two options in any relationship. You can choose to support your partner or not. Those are the only two choices, right? So it doesn't matter what they do. If she wants to go to medical school, it's going to require the same amount of time, commitment. You can support them or not. And so that was it. She was going to do this with or without me, right? She was already doing it. So I had that choice to make. And some of the sacrifice on my part was, well, everybody's going to see my girl, right?
Right.
But then you get into it.
Well, not everybody.
Not everybody.
Because I personally don't know anybody. Well, maybe they don't say it, but I don't think I know anybody in my immediate circle that subscribes to anybody on OnlyFans.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't think any of my friends would see. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And, you know, I think at some level, these types of experiences bring a couple even closer because it forces you to detach from the physical.
Right.
You let go of that 3D attachment and it forces you into another place when now you're kind of fourth dimensionally connected, where I now see her as a soul, as energy, more than just a physical body, you know?
Right.
You kind of let yourself go of that little avatar that Veronica's
And I
existing
think
in.
that's a mature position, right? Because we were joking earlier about love, right? And y'all wasn't here on this conversation, but we were talking about. I said I don't ever want to be so in love with somebody that I want to kill myself if it don't work out, because that happens, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like when it comes to relationships nowadays, romantic relationships, people get so over the top unrealistic with the expectations for their partner.
That's right.
Like, you're my source of happiness, pain, love, everything. You, just you. And that's a really unrealistic
Yeah.
amount of expectation to put on somebody, right? We're responsible for our own happiness and
That's
shit
right.
like that, right?
And where does the control stop? You know, if she obviously found something inside of her that said, I need to explore myself sexually, or I'm willing to share my physical self for X. If I were to stop her from doing that, would I not be controlling her? So where does it stop? If you start
So
by
that's
controlling
an
your
interesting
partner,
question.
where does it stop?
So I look at relationships like this. If I want to be in a relationship with said woman, it might be some things I might need to change. It might be some things she may need to change because we want to be in each other's life, right?
Yeah.
So I don't think that's necessarily a controlling component, right? It might be, just some modifications, because if we want, like, I don't see anything wrong with change and modifications, especially when it comes to growth, and also when you want somebody in your life. I'm sure there's a lot of things you had to change. Like, shout out to Sean, he's getting married.
Congratulations.
And it's
Sean.
official today.
Getting that license
Getting
today.
the paper today.
The state approves today.
They approve for whatever.
If I'm not
fuck.
too drunk.
Right. So drink up. But I'm sure there's a lot of things you had to change.
You know what? I had to change my entire mindset. But I think the line between change and control is the point here. That from what you said, where if someone's saying this is a key part of what is fulfilling me, and you're like, yeah, that's got to go. Or like, I really am passionate about trying to explore and develop this. Like if Arpy came in and said, hey, I know you're really passionate about working on these businesses, but yeah, no, we're not doing that anymore.
Okay, but that's a little bit different, right? Because that's the bloodline of the lifestyle.
But in this case, it is too. Like
right.
it's a big
I want to
part.
get to that. I want to get to that. So in this situation, were you making really good money before y'all got together? Yeah. Okay, so would you have, if he had that much of a problem with it when y'all got together and he wanted you to stop, what would you have?
I probably would if like I just need someone to be there next to me, yes or yes. Like a partner that fine. Like I don't feel good with that, and I'm flexible. I love that person. I will find a way to do something else, but I will need my partner to be committed to me.
Right.
They got to step up and fill that gap.
Well, see,
That's
I know,
true,
but
yeah.
Joey got money. I know Joey. So let's say he didn't have the money to replace what you was making from OnlyFans, but he
I was
really
not
loved
looking
you.
for that. Yeah, I never did.
So you say the lifestyle would have to come down way down here.
Yeah.
Would you have stopped?
Yeah.
Well, I
But,
give you a
like,
standing ovation for
Yeah,
that. That's incredible.
And that's what I want to do right now. Like when we was not together, I started doing that because I want to feel safe. So I put myself together and I'm like, this is work and I'm going to do this to put myself in a safe place. I want to have a home and I want to have my family and I want a cat and a dog and whatever.
Right. Those are your kids?
Those are my kids.
Right.
And then I want a partner that love me no matter what and will be there always.
I want to go on
Without
record by
judgment.
saying we were together 5 years ago when she had absolutely nothing, and she thought that I was questioning the relationship based on what I provided financially, and she left my ass. So shout out to Veronica for being the one woman
Left him.
in the United States who
Right.
gives zero fucks about money and called her partner out for insinuating that
if
she
you
was there for the
think
money.
I'm with you for that reason, leave me. Because what I'm looking is for a family, a safe place where I can be me and not worry about paying a bill, right? But I'm not asking you to do that for me. So I went out and put together everything and how I wanted, make sure I had the money. So when I had the money to have a home and not think about the bills for a couple months, figure out what I want to do.
If
And
there,
then-
oh, go ahead. You go ahead.
And then that's what I did. I got the money I wanted. I have a home. I have a family, and I want to stop. You know, like, this is not me. I love that I learned a lot about my sexuality, and now I feel safe financially. But I want is just a home, a husband, and all that. You know, I don't see nothing wrong with neither of both worlds. It's
Right.
amazing that my partner decided
To support it.
support and say, okay, if you want that, I support you, let's do it. But now that my goal is almost reached, like I'm almost there.
And
I'm
that's
not-
it.
And what's your goal? You had a certain dollar amount, or was it the house,
Oh.
this, that?
Yeah, basically have some decent money in my savings account. I have a home and a car paid off, and just be safe there. That if I want more and it comes to me, it's amazing. But if it's not, I'm really happy with what I have.
What's decent money? Because to a lot of people, it's a couple $1,000s. What's decent money? If you're comfortable sharing that. Listen, we're talking about the economics of OnlyFans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't really know what people make
Right.
on it,
Yeah.
unless they're a celebrity and it's
Yeah.
publicized.
You know, without getting into too much detail, I'll just leave it at, I believe, 0.01 on OnlyFans for anybody who's wondering. To be in the 0.01, I believe you have to be making more than $150,000 a month. So I'm not going to go into
All right,
much
well,
more detail, but
I seen receipts, I seen numbers, and it's funny because a lot of people say, "Show me receipts now."
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
big, right? This is new. When I first met Joey, he wanted to do some business, and this is 3-4 years ago.
Yeah.
And he was showing receipts back then. He's like, "Look,
Yeah.
this is." I remember like, "Yo, I don't give a fuck." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I respect that. But he showed receipts the other day on the OnlyFans, and you said $150 a month to be.
that's to be in that class.
They're not even at the bottom of that, so
No.
they're way up in there. So
Yeah.
salute to that. So you're making a lot of money. You're making monthly what most people make in 3 years
Yeah.
or in a month, right?
And this is really cool if we think about it, because YouTube democratized making content in the general sense. It made it possible for someone like yourself to make really good content and get it out to a lot of people without having to be a part of a TV network, which was previously the only way to do it. OnlyFans, I'm just kind of realizing, you guys probably already know, did the same thing for the adult entertainment industry.
Correct.
Before, this industry, I'm sure it's been making all the money all the time,
Yeah.
but it was taking advantage of the talent.
Correct.
The talent was getting, maybe they were getting paid more than average jobs,
Right.
but they
I
weren't
don't
getting
know.
paid.
Some of them, I think the big names were, but the majority of them probably were not making that much money.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They were probably making just a living wage or whatever,
Right.
you know?
They had to
and-
keep doing it.
Yeah, and you have to
Yeah.
keep doing it. Which, I mean, to be fair, you have to keep doing any job, you know, typically. But it was taking advantage of them and not accurately rewarding them. OnlyFans came in and said, "Hey, make your own content, build your own fan base. You have your own network.
Yep.
Essentially, your page is like your network.
Yep.
And there's a paywall to keep people out who don't want to value the content, but those who do, they pay, and you can do whatever you want from there.
That's right.
And so it's a beautiful thing, really, because in all senses of the word, I'm pro-choice. I don't think that anyone should be told what to do with themselves or their body, and
Absolutely.
people may disagree, but I'm okay with them disagreeing too. I don't try and enforce that opinion on everyone.
Right.
So I'm cool with people saying, no, it's not like that. Fine, do what works for you and your circle. But I think people should choose what they want to do for themselves and what they're comfortable with. And from there, with that being the case, why not be able to leverage your, like you said, your physical being? And if people want to pay money for that, then let them. It's providing some kind of service to them.
That's right.
Obviously, they're not paying for nothing. They're paying because they think it was worth it. And if you can then leverage that to do what you guys do, which is a bunch of other businesses, that's entrepreneurship.
And you get to live the life you want to live.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just some video.
Honestly,
it's just-
we both enjoy helping other people. There's been a lot of girls that have come to her because they see her transformation on social media and the lifestyle that she lives and her stories. And, you know, that's why we created the agency, is to actually help other people do what we've done, because we know that this isn't a lifelong commitment that we made to this industry. I love what OnlyFans did for creators. There are several other platforms like it popping up, some of which are mainstream. I'm on board with that. I'm on board with empowering people to take control of their own life. And Veronica was too. You know, after all this, we talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
When she's done with OnlyFans, she still wants to be an influencer,
Right.
and a creator, and help other people accomplish what she's accomplished, which, you know, not to put her entire story out there, but when you come here as an immigrant with nothing, and then you're a multimillionaire within a relatively short amount of time, self-made, that's a massive accomplishment.
Oh, 100%.
So if she can help other people do that, that will fulfill that next checkbox.
And it's not just the looks. Right?
No, it's not just looks. She's amazingly hardworking.
Beautiful, but there's a lot of beautiful women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But why are they not trying to do what you're doing, but they're not getting to the back, right? So it's a lot of tactics that
Yes.
you can be teaching a lot of people and putting on a lot of people, because just like what we do, like people will look at me and like, oh, well, he got the genetics and that's why, you know. And
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, this dude's way better
much
genetics
work.
than me.
Yeah.
Better shape than me, all of that, right? They can't get to the back. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of with every industry is a lot of work, a lot of research. You need experts at certain things. Like Sean and I complement each other well.
Yep.
What I don't have, he have, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing you gotta be able to identify when it comes to business. Like, what are you deficient at?
Yep.
What are you strong at? All right. We complement. Let me stay on my strong shit. You stay on your strong shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To make the whole thing bigger. So that's a dope thing.
You need somebody, you know, it's mentally draining. There's a lot of people that rely on Veronica for a lot of different things. It's not just all looks. It's not all physical. A lot of people come to her page and subscribe just to feel like they're interacting with somebody that, you know, that either A, cares, or B, that they have some sort of crush on, or she is a fantasy in all sense of the word for a lot of people.
And let me say this, Joey.
Yeah.
I can see why I can see a few reasons why you're successful, right? The obvious is physical, right?
Yeah.
And then another one, because I know Joey, I know his business acumen, right? But when I saw your page before meeting you, I had one I didn't have a negative perspective of you, but I didn't have anything special. I was like, she's hot and she has a unique look, right? That was it. But when you came the other day and we talked, I'm like, this is a dope person.
Yeah.
A really nice person. And I was telling Sean, like, later that day, like, I used to date a girl from Venezuela from the same place, right? Yeah. And if you go to Miami, you see all the Venezuelans, the Colombians, and you might think a certain thing. But I'm like, yo, these girls are mad down to earth.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, good, like wholesome.
Yep.
Dang, brother, you came in here like the police. Like, you gotta warn me before you do that. Y'all don't see T on camera, but he just came up in here like the police. You don't be doing that when we drinking and stuff like that, bro. But anyway, my experience collectively with women from that region, from Venezuelans in particular, and I know everybody's not the same, has been very positive, very positive. You know what I mean? So, but speaking with you, it's like, this is a cool ass person right here, right? So, I think I was telling T yesterday, like, all my friends, like everybody in relationships, I love my friends, but I don't want to hang out with none of y'all without y'all girls around. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because it just adds a better dynamic. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I can see why people interacting with you, because I know it's not just look at me. I know you got to communicate with them. Right. Yeah. I'm sure you be having some meaningful communication with these people at time. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure it'd be some weird shit on there too, right? Yeah. But I can see the allure and why it would blow up. Speaking of the weird shit, I gotta hear about the weird shit. What kind of weird you get weird requests or anything like that?
Oh,
I'm sure you do.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's.
Sean sent a couple weird ones. I don't know. I told him not to hit send.
I couldn't help it.
Don't hold back.
No.
No. Be honest.
Well,
Oh, T.
One of the people who request the most is me farting.
Wait. They wanted you to do what?
Fart.
Wow. Well, did you do it?
Well, I do it to him a lot.
Yeah,
Oh,
I get it
shit.
for free every day.
Damn, you ain't
But
gotta pay?
some people
And
wanna
everybody
You ain't
be-
gotta
that's
pay for the
envious-
farts?
No, bro, I don't have
Oh,
to
man.
pay for them, and I will happily give them to someone else.
I have a question.
someday.
So about the economics part.
Mm.
What percentage of the revenue, without dollar amounts, but what percentage is the basic sign up versus things that you can do after you're signed up, like the chatting or whatever other things?
Farts.
Yeah.
The fart payments.
So, yes, fart payments account for approximately 3% of our gross revenue, Sean. No,
Somebody said farting is old. Like I've been on that.
I've been on that fart.
Yeah.
You a
They fart
weirdo.
collect.
Whoever said that it is on that Dookie Stain panties game.
Hey,
So hey, we sell that too.
different
for whoever's
strokes
asking.
for different
Yeah.
folks. Y'all,
Yeah.
y'all sell that
Yeah,
for
yeah.
real?
Not with the Dookie Stain, but for that dude, we got you.
Uh,
But no, buying panties is a real thing. That's something.
Oh, I can see that.
And she'll actually take pictures with the panties so they know that it's real.
you know, it's funny. Like people buy panties. Like
Yep.
I'm in a loving relationship. You know
Right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But when I wasn't, I used to hate when girls, I felt like, would strategically leave panties in my
They're
crib.
marking their territory.
It's like, there's no way you would have been over here. Why are your panties here?
And
You know
what
I'm saying?
you just forget your underwear,
You
please?
forgot your
no.
underwear?
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
knock it off.
Toothbrush. Yeah.
So
you
I would
don't
have
need
to.
that.
I would have to. If Ray is listening, Ray is my assistant in Arizona. I like, bro, make sure I'm good. Go through the house, make sure I'm good. You know, I'm taking somebody to the airport.
When you're with a
go make sure I'm
micro you
good.
got to mark your territory.
I hate that.
Lions, owls, and
I should
elephants,
sell
right?
my
It's
old
lions.
panties that people left in my
Yeah.
crib. You know what I'm saying? But they're all gone. So
Well, that's a real thing. People, wasn't there like some armpit sniffers and some?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they love her
picture
body odor.
armpit,
How do they do that
feet.
digitally?
They want to see the videos,
They just
custom
see.
videos.
Oh, custom videos.
of your actual armpit.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
oil. Or
So I guess that's what I'm getting at. What, how does it break down?
Oh, yeah.
Is most of the revenue just the subscription,
About
or
a third.
is a lot coming from these secondary upsell
About
purchases?
35% is subscription.
Yeah.
You know, that's
So
not
that's
where
a
the fun
minority
is. Yeah,
portion
that's-
of the
That's
the
a
income.
minority portion of the
Okay.
revenue.
So you can't. If you want to make meaningful money, you don't just post and just go about your day.
Correct.
You got to wait for the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it depends on your level of celebrity, right? Like Cardi B is on OnlyFans. She's not sitting there answering messages.
Right.
You know, if you subscribe to Cardi B's OnlyFans, you're going to get whatever she posted for public consumption, right? I think your opportunity to really engage comes with people like Veronica who aren't Cardi B level with millions and millions of fans, and have the mindset and work ethic that they really care about the people subscribing. I've noticed a lot of girls will create accounts and put content up there, but actually don't care about the experience of the consumer.
Right.
And I think that's why their success is very short-lived.
They don't. Long story short is they're not really taking it
They're not
seriously.
serious.
Like
Nah,
they're doing
they
it
wanna
as
make
a
quick
money grab.
That's right.
And and I think we should differentiate. Obviously, the point of the activity is to produce revenue and make money. But a money grab is when you do something just because you see that it could produce revenue and you haven't really thought out all the mechanics of how to be excellent.
Exactly.
We avoid money grabs at all fucking
Yeah.
costs. Like even at, like sometimes if one of us is thinking about something that might be a money grab, no, shut it down. Like stop. You're not serious about that. We stay off trends like in the dietary supplement space. That's what we do. We can make any product. People are begging us to make products with certain ingredients. We don't do it if we're not passionate about it or if we don't feel that the research is there yet, the safety data, whatever it is. If we're not passionate about it, if it's not driven by excellence, we're not doing it.
Yeah.
It's important to me and Sean to stand by everything that we put out and that we do or represent or speak about or whatever, even every piece of content. So I stand by. And listen, I know that everybody don't care about me, but for the people that really rock with me, I care about them.
Exactly.
So, and they care about me, and they know that I'm not going to stand next to something that's shady. So the credibility is huge. And I tell people this all the time. I got to be happy with who I see in the mirror at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't care. That's on them.
And let me tell you about excellence too, and in our industry at least. Mike will create a video that he obviously was there for the filming of, so he knows what happened. The editing will come back. He will watch that video on his own a couple times maybe. I'll watch it with him. I might watch it separate. and he'll find everything in that video, and we will submit for re-edits. Ray has to just keep going back in and re-exporting that file and redoing it until it's right. And that's the amount we care. He doesn't just put anything up, and that's the amount of excellence that he has as a creator for anything that goes up on that YouTube. It takes it very, very seriously. And that's why you get to this point. It's not on accident. Like you said, it's not just because you have big muscles. That's a dime a dozen. And in fact, some people might have bigger muscles, but they don't have the combination of the muscles, the consistency, the dedication, the ability to connect with an audience. And that's really what separates you. And I'm sure that's what separates you as well.
Yeah, 100%. You know, Mike, one thing that I think you do as good or better than anyone else is you take the time to shake every hand. You know, even walking through the warehouse the other day, you know, you were fist bumping everybody back there. You know, everybody's name. Since we met and I've seen the challenges, you go to the challenges, you go to supplement shops, you're out there, you get to know people. And I think that goes a long way in this space, since the topic is economics of OnlyFans. Her subscription revenue goes up every month. That means people aren't canceling.
Right.
That's attrition. Right. She's been in the top 0.01% for over a year. That's very difficult to do. Her revenue is higher today than it was last summer. Last summer, everyone was on lockdown.
So basically,
and there were stimulus checks. So to be doing better now than a year ago, and to go from 1 million fans on Instagram last September to 3 million today, that's just a ton of grind. And
so basically, the channel, I don't know what it's called, her OnlyFans is popping. It's quality. People want to be there for a reason.
People don't leave.
Yeah. I get it. That's dope. That's dope.
Not all girls can say that. I get a lot of girls, and from a lot of different agencies that had very bad experiences, especially in this calendar year, because the expectation was that they were going to consistently hit the numbers they were hitting last year, and things changed. Businesses opened back up. Stimulus checks stopped. 1 million new girls entered the platform. Social media got saturated with girls promoting their OnlyFans.
People are afraid of that competition.
They're afraid of the competition. They won't spend the money. They won't grind. You know, Veronica's in music videos. She was in the Joyner Lucas Lil Baby video. She filmed for a Netflix movie this week. You know, here we are doing a podcast, right? Veronica is getting out there. She cares, but she also wants to send a positive message. It is not what Sean said, a cash grab, right? She's building a brand.
Nah, I see it. And I respect it. That's why I was like, yo, y'all got to come on, you know? And quality will always rise. The cream always rises. You know, and that's one thing you ain't ever got to worry about, you know, in terms of the market getting flooded. Because I know it's getting flooded because there's people that I know. Yeah. I'm like, you doing it? Like, okay. I got some clients I'll send to you. Yeah. They need help. They need help. But yeah, the economics and the business of it is a thing in itself. Yeah. Just like what we do. Before Sean and I got together, we're doing different things, right? And for the most part, everything I was doing was solo dolo, right? And you know, keep it 100. I was a businessman before fitness in the streets. I was a drug dealer, right? And I ran it as a business. But there's certain things, there's certain nuances that I just did not know because I was doing things under the table. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot that I learned from my bro. And, you know, coming together and having someone who's very savvy and very knowledgeable on certain things and components with economics in my field allowed me to really tap into my excellence. You know what I'm saying? So where I didn't have to think about, you know, all of the certain things that were not my specialty that I didn't even want to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's very important. And I think like people don't really realize or respect the amount that goes into what y'all do with OnlyFans. Because this is a legitimate business. You can't be making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month and it just be just on a whim.
Of revenue on accident. It's never an accident, you know. And for the amount of girls that come to me to be a part of Fozzy Girls and how many I say yes to is fractional. Because when you have the blueprint, it still comes down to time. And I only have so much time. So you got to know they're the right type of person. They're going to work. They're going to stay humble. They're not going to, you know, complain all the time, take things for granted.
Right.
I remember when you guys started Ambrosia, I think we were talking about the Fit Strong nutrition stores and putting you guys in them. And I remember thinking, you know, the packaging looks cool. That was my first impression. But how are the products, right? And then you started putting out all the scientific research and why you formulated it the way you did it. And it was like, okay, well, now the packaging looks cool and it seems legit. And then you see people taking it, and then they kept coming back. And then it's like, okay, well, it must taste pretty good. They like it. And then a year, and now here we are 4 years. You got a warehouse. You're absolutely killing it. And when you look back over the last couple of years, you had to do everything right. Some of it's trial and error. But if you slacked on any one of those things, you wouldn't be where you are today, right? If it didn't look a certain way, you didn't have the research and the metrics to back. If you weren't putting in the work, if it didn't taste right, if it didn't hit you how you say it hit, you wouldn't be where you are, right?
Listen,
it's the same thing here.
We
no different.
And I know we irritate each other.
Yeah.
But it's to level up. It's to be better.
Of course.
It's like, I'm sorry, but I don't like that one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We have to, because if we don't do it with each other, if y'all don't do it together, who's going to do it?
That's exactly it.
And you put out subpar product or service.
It. Like, she has to stay looking a certain way. She loves food. Not to call her out, but
I saw on your story you said I'm suffering today.
Yeah,
you guys came that day.
People don't understand the amount of work that she does just to stay. That's the packaging, right? It's no different than a supplement bottle. But then she also understands what converts, what doesn't. She has the data. She understands the metrics of this game. She understands why she needs to post X amount of times a day, why the content needs to constantly be switched up. She understands all that, you know. So there's so much that goes into it.
And I think I told you when y'all came, I'm peeping out the when you told me you were in town, I'm peeping her out. I'm like, it's like just little simple shit, like you're walking down the stairs and then you hit a little twist. It was like a choreographed dance, but it wasn't a dance. That's the fly shit. It's like being able to do like what we do here, even this, like, you know, fuck it. This is simulcasted, right? We have multiple camera angles, and it seamlessly shifts between person to person. They don't know what we're doing. They don't know what's behind the wall. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They just get a pleasant experience, right? And I see that with the content. I'm like, this is fucking good. She's nailing it. You know what I'm saying? And that's an art in itself. Social media is not just people posting pictures and shit. People that are successful at social media. Even like let's say my boy Simeon Panda, right? This is planned out. His shit is not just perfect because he's perfect. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? This is thought out, well thought out, and executed with a particular intent. Like, what do I want out of it? A desired outcome, right? I had an ex that would post shit, right? I'm like, what? And I'm not that guy. Like, what are you doing? Like, I don't give a fuck. But I'm like, why'd you post that? She's like, I don't know. Like, right? It looks cute. I'm like, okay, but you got your underwear on the bed. But my bikini is the same. Right. Same amount of fabric, yeah, but it's a different context. It makes sense to have a bikini on at the beach, but in the bed, like, I have no problem with it, but what's the desired outcome? Yep. She had no OnlyFans. She had nothing. It was no reason for that. Yeah. So it was like, why would you post that? And I tell people all the time, when people come to me for advice, right, and they're trying to grow their brand, and I look at their social, I'm like, what is this for? Why'd you post that? Why'd you post that? It's like, don't post just to post. Yeah, have a desired outcome. Purpose. And that's all I'm saying. Yeah. Have a desired outcome if you want this to be a business. If it's just to fuck around and waste time, do whatever. Yeah. Doesn't matter. If it's a hobby. Right. If it's a hobby. But if you're trying to take this as a business, listen, we're living in a really cool time right now. There's a lot of people becoming millionaires. I'm not saying there's a lot of people making hundreds of thousands. There's a lot of people becoming millionaires right now. Yep. Right under y'all noses. But people, listen, these phones right here, these smartphones, people become millionaires with these things. Yep. Or people sit on Tinder all day. Yep. Or hate on people on fucking social media. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this right here can change your fucking life if you really want to and are serious about it.
You just brought up a brilliant point, especially with OnlyFans. You know, the more you put yourself out there, the more backlash comes with it, because people want to judge you. They want to say really negative and harsh things. You know, Veronica is on a lot of big pages. She'll be on World Star and some of these other big meme pages. And getting trolled just comes with the territory.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the art of this whole thing is knowing how to feel about that, how to kind of curb the emotional part
right.
of that type of feedback.
Right.
And then how to roll with it. You know, learn how to make fun of yourself. Understand that even trolling is a good thing if it keeps people talking about you. I think
100%.
the Kardashians mastered
100%,
this
100%.
early, right? I think Jenner, Chris, she's a brilliant manager.
Right.
Right?
Hold on. Not to cut you off, but I'm looking at some of the comments, right? And people are like, art? They don't get it.
Yeah.
And it's fine.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
fine.
There's a room full of millionaires right now from this.
Right.
Trying to put people up on game, but
Yeah.
it'll always be like that. The
It's
skeptics, and that's fine. People will be skeptic till they die.
That's what
And
people don't understand.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
that-
how did she gain 2 million followers? Because she has a nice ass? Like, let's be real, people.
3 million.
There's a
what-
lot of
3 million.
people
Yeah, she gained
with
2 million
nice
followers in the last 9 months. She has she'll hit 3.1 in the next 2 weeks. How did that happen? Right? Because she has a nice ass. That's why. You know what I mean? Nice asses are on Instagram.
I mean, it helps.
It helps.
It helps.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt. But there's a lot of work behind the scenes. Sorry, Sean.
It's an art because, like we said, the physicality of it is a dime a dozen. There's for every one who does, there's 100 who don't. So it's not even a dime a
100%.
dozen. Yeah, it's
Less than that.
It's recurring. It's everywhere. The physicality. So the combination of that with the talent, with the eye for the content, with the preparedness, you know, and the ability to allocate the time and resources into creating the
Consistency.
content, that's the art. It is an art. People don't understand, but you have to understand why no one likes your photos. It's because you don't have the combination of things that the other person has. It's not a mistake.
Yeah.
You know what I hate? I hate when people they're not getting no burn on their posts, right? And they start doing posts. They start writing and posting a picture of them writing, saying, "I'm being shadow banned.
Yeah.
I need y'all to do this or do that." I'm like, nah, your shit whack, bro. There's no such thing. For the record, there is no such thing as shadow ban. It's not a thing. It's not a thing. Your shit is just not popping. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, back to the regularly scheduled program.
No, and to that point, we'll take.
Wait.
100
I'm sorry.
pictures to post
They'll
one.
just ban you. That's what they do. They
Yeah.
shut you down if it's something so egregious to their system that they don't want you on their platform. They will close your account, which is whack as fuck. But there's no shadow banning. You just have to do better posts. That's all. That's it.
Yeah, and she'll take 100 pictures to post one. You know, we'll decide the right picture. And we've gotten to the point now where it's either her or I taking her pictures.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you do it enough to where you learn
know
it
what to do.
yourself.
Yeah.
You know, we'll take better pictures than most photographers. iPhone has tricked us all into believing that the iPhone filters the way that you take pictures with that particular camera is the closest version of reality. So when you deviate too far from iPhone pictures with filters or edited, you know, shots from professional photographers, it gets interpreted as being less real, less organic. So it's the little tips and tricks, you know, knowing how to hashtag properly.
Don't put it all out there yet.
Yeah,
you know, you got
yeah.
the game is to
Sorry.
be sold, not to be told.
I
That'll come on
understand
the
that
next
it does
episode.
depend also on what you're selling, right?
It does.
Because
Correct.
for us, certain quality of certain types of content convey trustworthiness for a consumable good. But the more organic, the better, I feel, for a content
Right.
where people are paying for a person's
Absolutely.
access into a person's life and like behind the scenes type of stuff. They want it as organic as possible.
Yeah.
Can you, Veronica? I got a question for you. When the people that want to, like, all right, they're subscribers and then they got to pay more to interact. Can you see them? Do they have picture? Do people have pictures on OnlyFans or?
Not a lot of them put their own pictures.
But they can though.
They can
Okay.
put their own name, but like 80% of them change their name and pictures.
Okay.
It's not.
So let's say when you were single before this guy, and you were on there, were there ever any guys on there that was like, why is he on here? He's kind of hot.
No, I never pay attention to that.
Oh, you don't even look at it.
No.
Do people send you pictures of themselves?
Yes.
I would imagine. I mean, they do that for free on Instagram.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So here's something which caught me off guard when I first got into this.
Seen a whole lot of dick pics.
Oh, brother. and look, just for the
Like,
record, you know, I've owned strip clubs. I've been a part of other subscription platforms. So it's not like I'm shocked to this.
What hasn't this
space.
guy done?
So I understand how this world and this ecosystem works. But when you log on to an account like hers and you've got 100 guys asking her to rate their cock, that took me back a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then people
And
wanting
that's like 95% of that.
yeah, and then I'm sitting there like, and you know, I manage a lot of girls, so it's not just Veronica, but then you ask the girl like, are you really looking at this? And like they actually look at them, and some guys want to be graded on their dick, 1 to 10, and then I found it very interesting that some guys like to be humiliated. So if any of those guys are listening,
Oh shit.
you tiny cock motherfucker. See, they like that shit. They want they will pay
You're helping
you.
them right now.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
getting them. I'm getting some dude off right now. But it's the
Don't do
phenomena
that.
I think is very interesting, you know, and I don't think we should run from it. I don't think it's taboo. To Mike's point earlier, I think that we need to open up sexually as a culture
Right.
and just stop it with all these attachments and judgments. Like, it's bullshit.
It is. It's like, what's it to you?
Yeah.
Do you rate them when they ask you to rate them?
Yes, I do.
You ever give a good rating?
No, they.
You think they
the
want?
truth.
They want.
They want the
okay.
truth.
They want
Yeah.
the truth.
Nobody
Yeah.
wants to be lied
it's
to.
like what you really think, and there's sometimes ask like, I don't know, I like a girl, and you know I'm insecure, so I want to know what you think because you're Veronica Perasso. You're like they see me like a sexual thing that I know everything, and okay, well, then I have to give them my real opinion.
Right.
You're a 2.
Yeah.
Is that the highest? About 2, 3?
No,
You give-
sometimes
you give a 5
no,
here and
it is like no, it is.
Bro, so now imagine how confident I have to be.
Hold on. What's the criteria of the grading system?
Oh, it's from 1 to 10,
Okay.
and
For y'all who don't know, guys would send their junk to her. They gotta pay, but she's not asking for that, and they send it and ask her to rate
Yes.
them
For her honest opinion.
for her honest opinion. So she's breaking down now the criteria of the rating. So
Yeah.
1 to 10.
The way that Mike
1
went
to
like
10.
this after he said the rating.
I basically asked. They asked me, well, from 1 to 10, you are 2 or 5 or 8.
Do you give a reason why?
Yeah, I
Okay.
explain why.
Give us an example of, let's say a 3. All right, Joe Schmo. Nah, who's in here talking
I don't
shit?
know. I told them, I don't know. It doesn't look like clean yourself. You don't look.
Oh wow.
Clean.
Manicure that
Said
shit,
you
bro.
dirty
I don't know.
Right.
Yeah,
Whoa.
like
Looking
I'm
like a
sorry.
bird
Is
nest.
this just a
It's
picture
not-
of them or a picture of their junk?
yeah, drunk, and then
Okay.
sometimes
Just
So
I
it looks dirty.
Yeah,
if it
dirty
looks dirty, I
dick.
say it, and like it's not much about the size. Is that you don't look like you take care of yourself. So they say, "Oh my God, thank you. I
Well,
didn't
give
think
the
about
guy the
that."
tip.
I'm like, okay,
Give the guy the tip on how they can notch it up some.
Yeah.
What should they do?
well, always
Shave, no shave,
Give it just clean. I mean,
keep it clean.
mm-hmm.
No braids down there.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
No pirates. No,
no
beads.
fires, no nothing
No
weird.
crumbs.
Yeah,
Okay.
simple.
So shave.
Uh-huh.
Say it again. Okay.
Shaving, clean. I don't know. That's it.
All right.
Yeah.
Step your shit up. If you send it, don't send dick pics. But if you send a dick pics, take a shower, right? Take a shower.
Yeah, take
So
a
they
shower.
look dirty. I don't know how you look
Brush
dirty.
it.
but
I don't know.
that's
If you don't shave, you should brush it. Something
right,
clean.
wild. Ponytail is. That's wild. That's wild. I like when my homegirls be like, "Yo, these fools, he's sending dick pics like on Instagram." I'd be like, you know, in the highlights,
Yeah.
I'd be like, make a highlight of them guys. I bet they'll stop doing it.
Yeah, tag them.
Tag the motherfuckers. Can you imagine a married dude sending a dick pic and he getting put on blast?
Okay, we're gonna touch on that for a second. You would not imagine the amount of notable people that reach out to her. We're not gonna mention any names.
Fuck
But
that.
how?
Fuck that. No. Who?
No. We can't do it.
Who?
Can't do it.
Come on.
Can't do it. We respect their privacy as clients, but
Their clients?
people
They-
that have wives that are public figures that send videos
Oh yeah.
with their actual face talking to her and like voice memos and DMs. And this is for all y'all who might have a secretary or somebody handling your DMs. Tell them to be careful because we're cool, but not everybody is. So your shit could be out there.
I respect the fact that y'all don't put people on blast.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. I don't judge people that subscribe to OnlyFans. I don't think there's anything wrong with it inherently,
No.
right? It's not my thing because I'm busy and, I'm good. But I don't see anything wrong with somebody doing that. I really respect that y'all don't just put them on blast like that. That's cool.
Yeah, we're not here to judge anybody. You got to be kind of open-minded just to be a part of this lifestyle, right?
I mean, it would be weird if you were judging the people that...
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Like that.
You suck.
Exactly.
Services.
I
Yeah,
hate
right.
you.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Dirty motherfucker. No,
Right.
we're very non-judgmental. It's just some words of wisdom. Like, don't be that ignorant. If you're public and don't want your shit on the street, be more careful of who you send
It
messages.
seems like maybe for them to do that, assuming they're not completely unintelligent,
right.
perhaps the risk of that is like what's
getting
is
them
doing
off?
it for them. Like
Possible.
the fact that
Yeah.
I don't know if this is gonna come out or not.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Yep. People's confidence in other people to keep their secrets amazes me sometimes. But you're right. Maybe there's a thrill
when was
factor.
OnlyFans created?
Like 3 years ago.
I think
2 or 3 years ago.
2016.
16.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5 years ago.
I took some notes.
Yeah.
Over here. Hold on, let me grab it. Oh, sorry. I actually got some notes, some cool notes on OnlyFans. Let me see. All right, so I hate when I gotta re-enter my password on my computer. All right, so OnlyFans. It really started popping. The pandemic really put that into overdrive. OnlyFans.
Yes.
But let's see here. All right. So these numbers were the end of last year. The site has over 24. OnlyFans has over 24 million registered users and claims to have paid out 725 million to its 450,000 content creators. So Veronica would be considered a content creator. It's 450,000 people like her, and to these people, they paid 725 million in a very short period of time. All right. The top dog, when this article was written, was Bella Thorne, and there's days that she hit $1 million in a day. I don't know who that is. Who is
Shout
she?
out to Bad Baby who hit $1 million in 6 hours.
Who's Bella Thorne? I heard the name, but I don't know who she is.
She's a Disney character. A
Disney.
long time ago, she used to be in a show.
Model.
That makes it that much better.
TV. Yeah. See,
Yeah.
exactly. Now
That
you
makes
get
it
the
that much
draw.
better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And
that
so,
shit
is it
Disney.
the top 0.01% or the top 0.1?
0.01.
0.01.
So a fraction of 1%.
So the top
Hundredth of a
450 people. If we do the math, I did the math just now. It'd be the top 450.
hundredth of a percent.
Yeah,
Right. Correct.
The top 450 out of that 450,000. I'm sure that number's even higher since then. But
Yeah.
the top 450 or so accounts out of all of those 450,000 accounts is what we're talking about. It's
Correct.
truly the cream of the crop. Because they say 9 out of 10 businesses fail. And I'm sure that statistic is mirrored on OnlyFans, right? Because things that work in one type of business tend to mirror themselves in another. But we're not talking about not failing. We're talking about ultra success now. And it's rare company. And I mean, it's kind of cool to even be in the room with people who are at that level of achievement in another industry, right? Because we're probably, if I was to us honestly, we're definitely in the top 1%, but the top 0.1% is another level entirely. So hats off, kudos to you guys for the formula that's gotten you
Congratulations,
that
Veronica.
far.
No, congratulations
It's
to
incredible.
you. No,
It's
it's like he's the brain behind everything.
but it takes a team. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a team.
like Mike said, we sit here and argue sometimes for like an hour about like one thing, but it's to make it the best possible.
Yeah.
I'm giving my input, he's giving his input, and usually we meet somewhere in the middle, or we go with like one of us gets the other one to see it their way.
Right.
And that's it. That it's only it's only for the outcome of it being the best. And you have to apply those types of practices and principles if you want to be the best.
That is a true partnership.
All right,
That's what it takes.
this shit is like really fucking me up. I'm scanning through some of these articles. All right, so some of the standout creators do shit like, I don't even want to. I'm not gonna say this first one. I'm not gonna say it. I'm sorry. Cooking and eating their own. I'm not gonna say the rest. Some stand in a sea of other hot naked people offering dick ratings.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Right.
Yeah.
Butt photos, jerk off instructions.
Oh yeah, GOIs. That's
J.
They got a code
J-O-I.
for it.
yeah.
J what J?
She's
J-O-I.
She's a JOIs.
She will
Whoa.
coach you on
Yeah,
how
I'm
to.
just like, I can just. That's another.
Do you instruct with him?
No,
I'm
I just
not.
have
I'm not
to
in
be
the
like-
videos.
You're not-
No,
No,
he's
no,
never in the
I'm-
videos. It's basically me talking to the camera that will be them and telling them what to do. I don't even have to be naked if I want. It's just like telling you for 5 to 10 minutes what to do with yourself, and then they're happy.
It's like guided meditation.
Guided
Yeah.
meditation.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm not gonna lie. Back in the day, like I really learned how to perform cunnilingus by a video of a woman. She was older than the girl, but not an old lady,
Yeah.
demonstrating on this girl, and that shit blew my mind. It was a hot video, but it was like a woman should know better than me, and I'm like a Jedi now because of that lady.
Yeah.
An instructional video.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
work.
It works. All right, so back to some of these fucking crazy ass stats. So yeah, Bella Thorne. Many days she hit $1 million a day. Black China as well. Some of the notable names like celebrities that are killing it: Bad Babby, Cardi B. This is interesting. DJ Khaled and Fat Joe. So apparently they're not doing sexual shit.
Maybe they
You
are.
don't have to. Nah,
I'm just
I pray for Jesus that they. So it'd be like mostly Khaled just doing his shit,
Yeah.
motivating people, whatever.
It could literally
And
be
listen,
for the
Let me tell you
the
something.
So
deepest fans.
When you like people out there being motivational, even if he's trolling or not, you can't really tell, right? It's like this motherfucker crazy, but this shit make people feel good. You know what I'm saying? And that's valuable in itself. Because look, life is fucking hard. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So they charge, theirs is free, but people subscribe to them and, they put people in a good mood. Like, you're the great, you special, whatever the fuck. That's cool. I think that's awesome. You know what I'm saying? If you're putting a smile on somebody's face, kudos. You know what I mean? And you should get paid for that. All right, Jordan Woods. I'm not sure who that is. Y'all know who that is? Jordan Woods.
The singer.
No, I
Isn't
think
that one of Kendall's friends?
Yes.
Or Kylie's friends?
it was
Yes,
cute. Yeah,
One of the two?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bella Thorne.
but I think that's the
And
sister.
I've seen those lists. I don't know how accurate they are. I know.
These are just celebrities, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you said, a lot of them might be free or
A lot of them are
very
free,
low ticket.
but they all charge. But there's a couple that's free. Bella Thorne's is actually free, but I'm sure she charged for extra shit.
Yeah.
Jordan Woods is free.
There's a lot of different strategies.
Yeah, it's got.
There are.
Because here at the end of the day, what we need as businesses is people's attention. It's people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, you pay. Sometimes you pay for subscribers. You pay for customers.
That's right. Yeah, customer acquisition.
Yeah, I was thinking, and obviously we don't know this, but I was thinking that like OnlyFans may have in fact paid Cardi B to come onto the platform, like giving her a bonus
Maybe
because what
or
a
not-
great
or not taking a fee
credibility
from her.
piece. Yeah, oh, and that's actually something I wanted to ask. Speaking on, because I want to like cover some of
Yeah.
these economic topics. What is the cut that OnlyFans takes, and is it the same for everyone, or is there grades of revenue?
So I can tell you, so OnlyFans is one platform. There's other platforms. There's a mainstream platform called FameLink coming out I think they'll be more amenable to relationships with mainstream creators. Fame Link.
Is it available currently or coming
Yeah.
soon?
Yeah. It's open.
I signed up already.
Yep.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna do something on there.
Yeah. I think there's some really cool platforms emerging. I think it's a phenomenal opportunity for people in every industry to get involved and monetize their following. Currently, sites like OnlyFans take 20%.
20%.
But that has to cover the processing as well. So everybody hears 20% and gets deterred. I know FameLink is 20% as well. But what most of the sites do is offer a 5% referral fee if somebody refers. Like if Mike said he just signed up for FameLink. If he brings someone else on, Mike will get 5%.
Forever?
So on FameLink, it is. I believe OnlyFans has stopped that. They capped it at 50,000, and then you're done. Yeah, then you can't get any more referral money.
Got it.
Is it famelink.com?
Yeah.
Yeah. It seems pretty dope.
Yeah.
Because I missed it. I mean, I don't have nothing to offer on OnlyFans, but even on a business standpoint, I missed the boat on that. But FameLink seems dope, and I like this new type of interaction. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be all in. And I see they got a fitness guy on the front. We got to get him out of here. That needs to be Mike Rashid.
Yeah, my advice to people coming on would be pick a platform that's not overly saturated yet, so that you can get in early and dominate that space before there's a million other competitors. For OnlyFans, particularly in the adult sector, very saturated. So if you're a college girl wanting to start this because they heard this podcast, just know you're walking into a situation with like 20 million other girls trying to do this.
Hey, T, open up your airdrop. I'm going to send you this link for FameLink. Let's throw that in the description so people can check it out. Uncle T, if you're not asleep. He's not asleep. Fuck with y'all.
He's at lunch.
he left us. He said, y'all turn the cameras off when y'all done. T's a cold piece. All right. So what's all right? So there is talks about OnlyFans. I'm saying it right. Every time I say it, I gotta say, is it fans only or OnlyFans? I'm like the old dad, the uncool dad. But OnlyFans, there's talks that it's gonna get shut down or it's gonna go to straight super mainstream. So have y'all taken account for that and prepared for what's next?
Yeah, of course. You know, with Veronica, her intent is to go mainstream anyways.
Okay.
So that's where we are. You know, she's a creator. I don't see her stopping creating content and engaging fans and being active and getting out there. We want to do more of it. We just want to be more conscious of the content we put out. So we don't know how much longer she'll entertain this adult stuff. So I guess for anybody that wants to engage with her in that space, now would be the time to do it, because we don't know how much longer she'll be doing it. But
December is the
yeah,
timeline.
we kind of got a line in the sand of when that goes away. So yeah.
What kind of content is your favorite to do, Veronica? Like, what are you interested in?
I like. I mean, for mainstream.
Yeah.
I would probably
What's your interest in? What do you feel a passion to like create around?
teaching other girls get better in their financials and economic stuff, and probably I will go with fitness. I will start helping other girls.
Fitness and finance.
Yeah,
That's what we
looking
about.
good
Yeah.
and all that.
I'll tell you
yeah.
about, and you know, we have friends. A lot of people have been on this podcast. Some that we just hang around with, and we haven't had them on the podcast. But that's the two areas that we're seeing. Like, fitness is always a thing because people always need to be healthy, and that's going to keep becoming more and more, especially with times like now where, you know, it's like, oh, what can I do to prevent myself from getting sick? It's, well, take care of yourself so that you're ready, so that you're not vulnerable and weak, and you're not predisposed to things happening to you if you do get sick.
That's right.
So fitness is booming. And then finance, like financial literacy, knowing not just how to like make a dollar, but how to take that dollar and make more with it, and or get the most out of it, you know, and how to best utilize it within this system that we live in the U.S. and worldwide, really. that's another booming area, and especially, I mean, maybe even more so for women.
It is.
Because traditionally, a lot of women may not be educated in that area.
Yep.
They're like, "Hey, I don't know what to do," and they look
Yeah.
for a man to tell them what to
Yeah.
do.
It's
And
basically
we-
female empowerment.
Female empowerment.
Yeah.
We see a lot of women get taken advantage of. That's
A lot.
something Veronica feels strongly about.
Every time he tell, "Hi, I was in a call with this girl and she was telling me," I just get frustrated.
Yeah.
I get really mad. It ruins my day for the rest of the day.
Yeah,
when
I
I
deal
hear
with a
something like
lot
that.
of those types of calls where somebody's coming to me from another agency where they got taken advantage of, or
Yeah.
What,
they were with.
what kind of how did they get taken advantage of? Give me an example.
You know, there's just a lot of shady deals out there. People will try and own their content, or they'll take way too much of a percentage, and the girl doesn't know. A lot of situations where people overpromise and underdeliver, or don't explain to the model. I guess this goes for management in general, right? This is musicians, this is
Right.
actors,
Yeah.
just in general, where an agency or manager will sell them on what they've done in the past, but
Right.
don't clearly define what they will do for that person.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the expectation is different, especially with the girls, because they know that someone like Veronica makes the money she does. So they'll think, oh, well, she's with an agency. I need to be with an agency. They'll sign with an agency thinking, I'm going to be rich. I'm going to make millions of dollars this year, but doesn't know what questions to ask. I think what I see even more of is a girl starts making okay money and then lives well beyond their means. They're not investing. They're not saving.
Right.
They're not. They think the money's never going to run out. That's the other thing, you know.
That's
I get a
the
lot of
one.
girls who were making money a year ago. Some of these girls making a lot of money. I mean, I had a girl came to me recently from another agency that I won't name, but she was making almost $300,000 a month a year ago, and is now making a third of that now.
Why is that?
You know, there's a lot of reasons.
Many
I think
factors, yeah.
marketing, not handling the messaging appropriately, not having someone guide you on consistency, content. You know, there's so many
Right.
different components, but for one reason or another, her revenue has dropped 67%.
Wow.
I think to have year-over-year growth in 2021 in the digital content space means you're doing something very, very right. I'll say this: I was watching the Mike. Remember when we used to go to Equinox in the morning? We watch the TV. That's the most financial, like, mainstream news we get, because it's like the TV's playing. Sometimes we change the channel. We don't like
Locker
it.
room.
Yeah, they have TVs going in there with all the different, because it's the executive locker room at Equinox. It's all high earners, people who are interested in financial info. And I was just watching a lot of the digital content companies. Their stocks are taking a hit right now because
Yeah.
there was so much hype coming out of 2020
That's right.
when everyone was online, because
Yep.
we were locked down. We weren't able to go do the things we want to do in regular life. People were consuming content. Pinterest is a big time,
Oh, they took a hit today.
huge hit today,
Yeah.
because they missed earnings by so much, and just the engagement is not the same. Pinterest didn't even do anything wrong.
Yeah.
They just the amount of excitement there was last year is not the same as this year. So demonstrating growth this year in digital content, especially the next 6 months, because now, you know, we just really fully got back to normal, quote unquote, in the last 2 months here in California and in most of the country. So if you could keep that going, that really demonstrates excellence in the next couple months.
Indeed.
And a lot of people who blew up in the wave, a lot of the money grabbers are going to fall off, because
Yeah.
they're not going to do what it takes to stay relevant, to keep creating the value for the people who pay the bills.
That's right. Which number one is reinvesting in yourself and your brand, right? I mean, first you have to have a brand so that people can identify with it, and then you have to constantly reinvest in it. And I saw a lot of girls, one, they never built a strong enough brand, and then two, they weren't reinvesting in that brand. They were investing in their closet
Yeah.
or what car they drove, or, you know. And so now here they are in 2021 looking for a sugar daddy or a me, right? They're looking for that guy that's going to put in all that time, effort, energy.
I don't think
build
they're
their
looking
brand
for
for
you.
them.
I don't even think they realize people like you exist that can help
A lot
manage
don't.
their
A lot
their
don't.
and you know, I'm gonna put your info in the description too, because listen, I'm all about people maximizing their potential, you know. And sometimes, you know, you might have that vibe, that kind of to draw people in, the look, all of that stuff, but you don't know how to really truly monetize it. You know what I'm saying? People like you can come in and help them. Of course, you're going to make money too. You're providing a service.
Yeah.
But they're going to make a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? And people don't realize like how powerful it is to have the right team. Team is everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's not just
Straight
Veronica and I. You know, that's the other behind the scenes part that
Yeah.
people don't see. We have a whole team.
Yeah.
Right.
There's
Some
I
of
know-
the
I
girls
know this.
prefer
Employees, just like-
doing everything by
Yeah,
themselves.
they all
no
think it's like-
understanding you can't.
You can't.
Yeah.
Or you do amazing content, or you do everything.
Yeah. They think it's like Veronica makes a post for them and then Joey waves his magic wand and poof, I'm a millionaire. You know, that's
Right.
also not how it works, but
Yeah. All right. So listen. So Sean got to go get married. He got to go make it official, right? But so we're gonna wrap. But it was a pleasure. We gonna hanging out tonight, right? We're
Yeah.
gonna go eat, hang out. All right, LA. So thank y'all for coming down. Like, you my boy. Now you my sis. Now you know what I'm
Thank you.
saying. And I love having new people in the team, in the squad, the crew. So when y'all in Cali, y'all gotta hit us up, and don't be booking hotels. You know what I'm saying? Stay with your boy.
we're staying with you tomorrow.
Stay with your boy. All right?
Canceling
He
right
goes,
now.
actually, it's not too late to cancel tonight's hotel.
We pregame in my house anyway,
Yeah.
and after whatever the shindig, everybody end up at my house anyway. So, you know.
Dope.
Anyway, but much love to y'all. Keep killing it, and I know we're on to something new after this, and I'm gonna be on that ride right there. You know what I'm saying? Sean, you got any closing words, sir? Any words of wisdom?
I think, you know, a lot of people will want to hate and they'll say, oh, like you took this route or that route. But instead, just focus on the lessons to be learned, like on the excellence and the consistency, on the quality of content and how you can apply that to whatever you do. If adult entertainment is not what you do, it doesn't matter. I'm watching, I'm learning, I'm seeing how we're going to apply things that you guys might do to our industry. So take your hater glasses off and open yourself up to new knowledge and wisdom and how you can apply it to yourself and whatever your endeavors are.
Right, and let's stop trying to make sexuality weird. It's not. It's something that we all have. We all have sex. I mean, not everybody, but whatever. You don't have to, but you know, it's not weird. You shouldn't be trying to shame people for doing what the fuck they want to do with their own bodies and, you know what I'm saying, their images and stuff like that. So, you know, and I think there's a lot to take away from my boy Joey's position with him. You know, his girl was doing it prior to him making a lot of money. It is not like he latched on to her because she's making money, because he makes money too. So these are two people who are, this is an interesting situation. These are two people who are killing it, making a lot of money independent of each other, right? And they came together and they made this thing work. And I think that's a beautiful thing. It's a very beautiful thing. It's a very mature thing to, like, she's not cheating on you. She's not going on dates with these guys, right? So it's like, you're looking at my girl, you're going to look at my girl anyway. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to get paid on this. You know what I'm saying? And for the people that do subscribe to like a OnlyFans or whatever, all of these other sites, I don't see nothing wrong with it, honestly. It's not my thing. I don't do it. I've never done it. But I don't see anything wrong with it. You know, what people want to do with their spare time. Look, life could be fucking hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If somebody want to do drugs to chill out after a hard day of work, what's it to me? It means nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? They want to drink. They want to look at OnlyFans or whatever they want to look at. This is that person's prerogative. Whatever we need to do or want to do to help us, like, you know, ease this fucking journey that we are all on, this rough ass ride.
Yep.
Fucking do it. Life is short, so enjoy that shit. So anyway, on that note, we up out of here. Holla at y'all
Peace.
later.
All right.